I have always been an anxious type. Even as a small child, I had raging social anxiety. And this has come and gone in phases throughout my whole life. Ever since becoming a mom, I feel so much less anxiety about a lot of things that made me nervous before. And somehow over time, I know I've gotten more scared of certain things. I know the things that I avoid. I know I get too anxious about some very stupid things. I avoid them for a very long time, and then it starts to shape my life. And it's always at that point that I just go and do the thing. And the second I do it, my brain realizes I am perfectly capable. I am brave. And now I have this whole new world open to me. And that realization right there is one of the most beautiful experiences and feelings to me. Recently, I have been feeling a lot more incapable. So I've been trying to come up with little challenges where I can challenge myself and it's not too terrifying, but it does just give me that feeling of I am capable and I am brave. Last week was my first week doing it and I started super silly. I have been so jealous watching people go to coffee shops and just sit there. They're not in a hurry. They are fully confident going and ordering their own cups of coffee and then just taking up space. They're all by themselves, they're just getting a bunch of work done, or they're just sitting there journaling for 2 hours. So I actually went and tried that for myself, and I truly hated it. The place that I went to ended up being really busy, so I had to really fight for a spot. I felt uncomfortable working on my laptop, and I also got insanely distracted. Like, I just heard the entire breakup story of the girl sitting next to me, and then on the other side I got a full download of a girl doing a voice audition for some random places. I don't know how anyone gets any work done. But despite all of that, I'm still very proud that I went out and did it. And now I know that I purely like going out for coffees as a social experience. So today, again, this is going to sound silly, but I am terrified of biking by myself through Vancouver. So that is exactly what we are going to do. Hello, this is going to be as random as usual. My kids are screaming in the background. My husband is gone for almost an entire week. So this is day 3 of solo parenting. We're doing great. We're doing wonderfully. And we're waiting for some pretty big news on the other side of this. I don't know, guys. I don't like my life right now. But anyways, we are going to get up to some fun stuff today. Not that I know what we're doing. Oh man, I got my hair wet because the last time I did my hair, I put gel in it and tried to do like curly stuff, and then it just got way too big.
But I like your hair.
Anyways, yeah, I tried to do curly stuff and it just got way too big and I didn't like it, and I didn't like how I was sitting, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna get wet and start over. It's way too loud and distracting out there. I'm hiding in my room for a second. Anyways, we'll probably be going to a park this morning just to burn some energy and get out of the house and do something and keep them occupied and entertained. And then I actually I have a friend, and there's this really cool idea where you like play date swap, aka you get free babysitting. This only can happen because we've lived here for so long. And I remember when I first moved here, I didn't talk a lot about it, but every once in a while I'll talk about like being a no support parent. And we didn't have any support, because that's what happens when you move to a new place. There's nobody there to help you with your children. You don't have any family around. You don't know anybody well enough to trust them with your children. And it's really hard. Like, you get no breaks at all unless you're paying out the nose through babysitting. And we just never wanted to pay for that. And so we rather would take on the burden of watching them all of the time, all by ourselves. But now we're at the point where it's like, oh, our kids can go and have a play date with their friends for a couple hours. And that to me is a wonderful break. So like today, actually, we have it planned that I'm going to go and drop them off for a little bit. And then I thought it would be so fun to go and try something new all by myself, because I'm such a scaredy cat and I need to try new things. So that's kind of the outline of today. I also find it really funny because I feel like when I am solo parenting, I feel like I'm a better mom. There are just things that are better. Like, I keep the house a lot cleaner. It might not seem like it right now because it just exploded, but like, the floors get vacuumed every single day. The kitchen gets cleaned every single meal. Like, I just really keep on top of cleaning, and I think it's because I don't like being alone and I miss Billy, so I fill up that void with cleaning. It's also the mental mindset of like, there's nobody else that's going to be doing this, so I have to do all of it. Whereas if he's floating around the house, it's like, why am I doing all of this? He should be helping too. And so I kind of like will leave some stuff. Yeah, when it's just me, I have it all on me, and so I'm the one that's going to be doing it. And it's the same way with the parenting. Like, if he's around, I feel like, why am I the one that is playing with them all day long and taking care of every single question and every single need and desire? Like, your dad's right there, go talk to him. Whereas when it's just me, I'm like, okay, I am 100% mom 100% of the day. And honestly, I do too much. What they're doing right now, they're playing by themselves and it's wonderful, but I need to force this a little more often because I am playing with them all day long and it is too much, and I know that, but also I feel too guilty because I'm like, oh, you don't have a father right now and you must be so bored, and I don't like turning on a whole ton of screens. I need to quit rambling so that I can start rambling about my knitting that I'm so excited about. Take a peek at how well this is going. Okay, the hem rolls up, but look at that. I am making this. This is the exact kind of pattern that I have been hoping for, dreaming of, wishing for. I don't know how to knit very well. The only thing I can do is knit single knits, and I kept trying to do patterns that was like, oh, knit a row and then purl a row and then knit 2 rows. It's just like, I can't. But this pattern is so incredibly easy. Like, I hate when patterns are like, oh, this is beginner, simple, friendly. No, it's not. Your socks are not easy, but this really is. You just knit 128, I think, stitches to cast on, and then after that you just do the same knit over and over and over and over again until eventually you're going to have a whole tube for your shirt. And then you have to do a few different things to make the straps, but it is so easy, and I can just sit there and like watch something or just like listen to my book, and it doesn't take much concentration at all, and this just is really, it's really exciting. My friend is the one that like bought the pattern, told me about it, she did it, and then I saw it and she was like, it's so easy, and then convinced me to do it, and I'm so happy because it is truly so rewarding. I thought I wasn't good enough to figure out how to knit. Like, I thought I wasn't smart enough and I was too dumb. But no, I just needed a really easy pattern. Also, this is not an ad at all, but my old Kindle died. We bought it refurbished many years ago, and then it was Billy's for a long time, and then he got a new one, and then I was using that old refurbished one for a super long time. It's gone. But now I have gotten a Kobo, which is fun. I truly don't quite understand. I feel like it's equivalent of Amazon in Japan. That's what Rakuten is. I don't know, but it feels kind of good to not be supporting Amazon directly, just because I really don't like them and I really don't use them at all anymore. But it's so nice. Like, my old one was really old and it didn't have any kind of backlighting to it, and it was just lacking in several regards. And I love reading at night when I can turn the lights off and like me and Billy are going to bed and we'll just sit there and read until we pass out, and it's just the best feeling in the world. But right now I'm reading on my Kindle. I always am listening to a book and I'm reading a book at the same time. So I'm reading on here Catch-22, which I read a long time ago, and I just love how witty it is, and the humor in it is just so bizarre, but it's actually like my exact kind of humor. Like, I try to float this humor by everybody and nobody gets it, and so it's just really satisfying to read it. It's like nonsensical. It is not meant to make sense, and that's what's funny about it. I don't know. And then the book that I'm listening to right now is The Kite Runner. That is also really good. I don't know. This was a really popular book like a decade ago, and so I don't know why I decided that I wanted to pick it up and read it now, but I'm enjoying it. I really like reading books that are set in different cultures and countries, because I just feel like, as a white person that has not been to many countries, I am quite lacking in just cultural exploration. So it is really beautiful to see other countries and cultures through other people's eyes. I really need to stop talking and get out of the house for a little bit. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at this. There's nothing better than this. Whoa, there's more raspberries up here. Let's go. Kids are dropped off and now I just gotta go biking. I don't have like a huge destination in mind. I'm just gonna go and bike around until I feel good about biking around, if that makes sense. And it's crazy how stupidly nervous I am right now. Like there's no reason to be. I bike pretty often now, but I'm always with somebody. I don't know. That was amazing. I love biking so much. The freedom you feel when the weather is so good and it's so nice outside. The breeze blowing you. It's incredible. It is liberating. But I did feel very tied down because I didn't feel comfortable biking without Billy. And of course that's so silly. Like within 3 minutes I was like, oh, I'm just fine to do this. I'm all red and sweaty. I just put my bike in the back of our car. I'm gonna go home and actually get a little bit of work done because I don't need to pick them up for like another hour. That was so good. And I love that post-bike feeling where your legs are sore, but you just feel so good. I just love doing stuff like this because then I feel like a whole little world has opened up. And it's like this for everything. Like I get scared to drive in certain situations, or I don't know, there's so many random things that I hold myself back for no good reason other than I get anxious about it. And then I go and do it and I'm like, oh, that was really silly. And I'm sad that I wasted like months of my life pretending like I couldn't do this. Like biking, actually. I used to be scared of just biking in general. Like I didn't grow up biking. We kind of lived on a busier street. My mom didn't like me going to bike, and I was the youngest of 5 kids and my family didn't really do it. And so I got a bike in college. I never even rode that thing. Yeah, and so it wasn't until we moved to Vancouver that Billy started biking to work every day because it's just a lot of the culture here. And they have so many amazing bike paths in this place. And it's just so bike friendly and cars are super aware. I mean, not to say that people don't get hit on bikes all the time. It has happened to almost every person that I know, which is kind of scary. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about the fact that Vancouver is an incredible place for biking, and I would have regretted it so much. Oh, I gotta roll down the window or something. I would have really regretted it if I had not gotten into biking. And then, yeah, the first time I went biking out with Billy, I was like, this is incredible, and I love this, and I want this to be my new hobby because it's just so magical. Look at how absolutely sweaty I am. The last thing I wanted to say was that the other great thing about this whole biking situation for me was that I got my bike for free just because the Buy Nothing group is so fantastic here in general. But I got my bike from there because there's so many bikers in Vancouver and people are upgrading their bikes all the time, and so then they just give away their old ones. I love that so much, being able to do an amazing thing for free. Like, how lucky am I? Okay, I really am going home now. Also wear my new Vivo barefoot shoes. They're so nice. My old ones are so ratty. I should probably end this video. We just had our dinner and they're gonna hop in the bath and then it's bedtime. So it's the end of, well, it's not really the end of my day, but the house is cleaned up a little bit. Look at that, you can see some floors. I'm calling that a success. I even vacuumed. Thanks for coming along this random day with me. See you guys next week. Bye. I don't know what that was. I don't want to kiss you. Sorry. I take it back.